Go.
My name is Robin Gross, and I'm the chair of the non-commercial stakeholder group at ICANN. And we're concerned about the proposal that staff came up with and then ultimately adopted is the straw man solution, particularly the proposal of the trademark plus 50 derivations to give rights to trademark holders to send out notices, warning notices to people if they try to register a domain with either a word that has a trademark in it or one of a number of derivations of that mark. So there are a number of problems with that. First of all, it's not 50 derivations. If you read the fine print, it's actually 50 derivations per trademark identifier, and each trademark registration in each country is going to give you a new trademark identifier. So let's take, for example, Apple computers. Apple has a registered trademark in, let's say, 30 different countries. So they will then get 50 different derivations for each one of those registrations. That means ultimately 1,500 derivations, not 50. So that's an extremely important distinction, that it's not 50, it's per trademark, it's 50 per trademark identifier, and each registration in each country is a new identifier. So that's an important distinction. Another important distinction is that these proposals, in fact, do not match trademark law. They turn trademark law on its head, because this proposal assumes that because someone somewhere at some time infringed the Microsoft trademark, therefore all other uses in the future by all other people in the future can also be presumed to be an infringement under this proposal. And that's not at all how trademark law works. Trademark law is this use in this situation by this party was determined to be an infringement, and therefore they can't use it that way. It doesn't then create this blanket worldwide nobody may ever criticize or use a trademark as this particular proposal does. So it doesn't match trademark law at all. It doesn't match them. It doesn't match trademark law with respect to classifications. Under trademark law, you have trademark rights to certain classes of goods and services, not to everything in the world. Again, this proposal doesn't bring in any of those considerations. It doesn't bring in the geographical limitations that trademark law brings in. Lots of people use the same trademark in different countries, and that's perfectly lawful and perfectly legal, but this particular proposal doesn't take that into account. So it doesn't match trademark law either. It's also worth pointing out that it is a policy decision. It is not an implementation decision. And staff even admitted that it was a policy decision in the Trademark Clearinghouse meeting in Los Angeles, and on the CEO's blog post about that meeting, he also admitted that this particular proposal was a policy issue, was a policy decision. Yet they're going forward with it anyways, even though it is not something that staff is allowed to create policy. So this is a big problem. Some of the effects of this proposal are extremely troubling. Most importantly, there's a chilling effect that is created by simply receiving one of these notices. Somebody gets a notice that says you may be infringing on somebody else's trademark. That's kind of scary, and you think twice. And a lot of people will decide not to go forward, even though they may very well have a legitimate, lawful use, a fair use, a non-competing use. Maybe they want to criticize that trademark, something the law permits. This particular proposal is going to create a very chilling effect on speech on the internet. Also of significant importance is that the receipt of one of these notices creates knowledge. From a legal standpoint, it creates knowledge that what you're about to do is an infringement, and these people can then be gone after for criminal copyright infringement, not just civil copyright infringement, fine, but a criminal copyright infringement, and which is much more severe with penalties and sometimes even jail. So simply receiving one of these notices creates what the law requires in order to elevate this to a criminal matter. This is really scary. So there's a lot of problems from a substantive point of view. In addition to the terrible process, the flawed process that staff admitted this proposal was created under. Thank you.